Hello guys, and this is Paritosh and welcome to second video on AWS rated R tutorial. So in this video we're gonna learn about basic concept of cloud and cloud computing and try to visualize AWS Global Infrastructure. Okay, so in this video I will also try to communicate through different photos and pictures, so it will be easy for you all to visualize and understand. As Sir Isaac Newton said, visualization or imagination is always more powerful than knowledge. But okay, this is not a physics class, so let's move on. So guys, this is the second video on introduction. Please guys, from now make sure you change video quality to maximum, and if possible use your headphone. And now guys, sit back and buckle up and let me take you to the world of cloud. Okay, so what is cloud? Actually guys, there are different definition given by the different organization. So here I took the definition which is given from IIT Bombay. It is really very easy to understand and explain everything that we need to know about the cloud in brief. So cloud is essentially a bunch of commodity computers networked together in the same or different geographical locations, operating together to serve a number of customers with different need and workload on demand basis with the help of virtualization. So guys, if you want to understand it in more simpler way, then we can take an example. Like suppose if you have some pictures or videos in your phone, and if you can access it from internet, that is guys, that is you are using very simple and basic feature of CloudFront. So cloud services are provided to the cloud users as utility services like water, electricity, telephone, using pay as you use business model. So like guys, if you need electricity, so you don't go and start creating your own electricity grid. It is always better and easy to have electricity from the provider like government and pay for what you use. So in the same way, we take the cloud services and pay for what we use. Okay, so what is cloud computing? So the term cloud computing was given by Google CEO Eric Schmidt in late 2006. So cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of compute power, database storage, application or other IT services or resources through a cloud service platform via the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. Okay, and then cloud computing provides a simple way to access server, storage, database and a broad set of application services over internet. Okay, so what are cloud computing models? So there are three types of cloud computing models. We call them infrastructure as a service or IaaS. So it provides us with the highest level of management control. Here the hardware is provided and managed by external provider. So guys, only the hardware is managed and provided by the cloud service provider, and rest everything is managed by us, the client. So we can manage the operating system. In the easy way, we can say that we have operating system level access in this kind of model. So platform as a service, which is also known as PaaS. So in addition to the hardware, operating system layer is also managed by the service provider. So this kind of service is important when we want to focus more on our application development, and just everything we want to manage by the service provider. Okay, then we have software as a service, which is also called SaaS. So hardware, operating system and application layer is provided and managed by the service provider. It provides us with a complete product that is run and managed by the service provider. So example of it can be email services or WhatsApp. Like we don't have to care about who is managing the server or operating system or storage. We only have to take care how to use the service. So guys, why do we use cloud? Why the demand of cloud is increasing day by day and on the global level? So because we can create and run our server in minutes. We can create and run our server in minutes. Okay, so believe me guys, creating and running up the server in an IT environment takes from 15 to 45 days, but if you are using cloud, you can create and run your server in minutes. So this is one of the greatest advantage. And the second one is stop guessing about the capacity. So what does that mean? So like we can again understand with an example. So like say that if you have created a game and you don't know if it will get viral or not in the future, so in this case also you have only two options. Either you have purchased a lot of server to manage your traffic in the future if game goes viral, but there is always a risk. If the game is not getting viral, then you will lose a large amount of money or a large amount of fortune. But if a game become viral and you are not prepared for it, then you might lose some business. But in cloud you can have a server up and running in minutes, and with the few settings we can even define to make server up and run in real time when traffic increases, and shut it down automatically when traffic get decreased. And we also pay for what we use, so it really save a lot of fortune and time. So this is the greatest advantage of using cloud. Okay, so we don't have to manage and maintain our own data center. So maintaining a data center is also a crucial task in IT environment. You have to keep temperature at a certain level every time, every day, 7 days a week. Okay, and you have also to maintain your IT guys and security and everything. And if you are taking cloud as a service, then you don't have to give your time to maintain all these. Okay, then you can go global in minutes. So guys, just like AWS, it has a global infrastructure. So if you are connecting with AWS, you can go global in minutes and reduce the cost up to 40% or more. So AWS History. So in 2003, Chris Pinkman and Benjamin Black present a paper on what Amazon own infrastructure should look like and suggest selling it as a service. In 2004, SQS officially launched. SQS is Simple Queue Service. And then AWS officially launched in 2006. And in 2010, all Amazon.com move on cloud. And in 2013, certification was launched. And in 2016, run rate was $13 billion US. So it's really huge. So let's talk about AWS Global Infrastructure. So the AWS Global Infrastructure is currently comprised of 16 AWS regions worldwide and 42 availability zone. Regions are made up of 2 or more than 2 availability zone. That means inside region there are availability zones. Okay, and then we have regions inside which we have 2 or more than 2 availability zones. That's what I had just explained. So regions are isolated, but availability zone is connected to each other inside region. So availability zone is made up of 2 or more than 2 data centers. What is region and what are availability zone and how they are related? So inside region there are different availability zone. So a region is made up of 2 or more than 2 availability zones, and all the availability zones are interconnected with each other, but 2 regions are not interconnected. Okay, then we have, so this shows different AWS region on different part of the globe. Okay, now data center. Guys, we have just discussed regions are made up of 2 or more than 2 availability zone, and availability zones are made up of 2 or more than 2 data centers. So what is data centers? Data center look like this from inside, and I don't think you guys or anyone can visit the data center of AWS due to their security policy. No one can enter inside their data center, even if you are the client of AWS or using AWS. You will not be allowed to visit their data centers. So guys, this is our data center, and inside data centers we have different racks, as you can check, and inside the racks there are different servers. Okay, so next. So guys, here we can check that availability zones are made up of 2 or more than 2 data centers. Okay, so inside the data center there are racks, and inside the racks there are server and NIC. So we can say that server and NIC are inside the racks, and racks are inside the data centers, and two or more than two data centers combines together to make a availability zone, and two or more than two availability zone creates a region. Okay, so this is how the AWS infrastructure looks like. So now, yes guys, one more thing, as we are discussing about AWS infrastructure, so we must talk about edge location, which is the content delivery network service of AWS, also known as CloudFront. So it is also a part of AWS Global Infrastructure, and we will surely discuss this service in detail in later videos. But just to give you an overview, suppose guys we have keep our application or data in here, which is also known as origin server. So if a user who is in the another corner of the world want to access our data or application, so instead of giving user access on origin server, we create a edge location, different edge location throughout the globe, which is near to the user, so user direct contact to the edge location and can have application, and this is how the latency is reduced to a great extent. Okay, so for 2016 this is the edge location which are distributed throughout the globe. Okay, so virtualization. Okay guys, yes, before going deep inside AWS, it is very essential to know basic concept of virtualization. Okay, so virtualization is the key concept of AWS. Actually, virtualization is the key concept of cloud. So cloud users are provided with the virtual images of physical machines in the data centers. Different instances run on the same physical machine and are isolated from each other via Xen hypervisor. So we use para virtualization PV or hardware virtual machine HVM. In the past days, para virtualization was more famous and were more advanced, but nowadays hardware virtual machine or HVM are more advanced and are more in use. Okay, so okay guys, so just to give you a visual understanding about virtualization, in left side of your screen you can see this picture in which we have traditional architecture. In traditional architecture, as we like, if we purchase a computer or server, we have a physical device on the top of which we have operating system, and then we have application. But in virtual architecture, the physical device is first converted into the virtual server like VMware, and on the top of VMware, with the help of hypervisor, we create different virtual machines and assign it to the different customers. So in the right hand side we can check there are different customers who are accessing the same physical interface using hypervisor, and these security groups are firewall inside the AWS, which we gonna learn in later videos when we will try to learn about EC2. Okay guys, so that is all for this video. You have been really great. Please guys, like and subscribe, and I am sure it will not cost you any extra, but it means a lot to me. So guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Thank you.